in case you've set up rentals, now this is an added income. So set aside a portion of that rental amount and build another property. So by the end of, let's say, even like 15, 20 years, one property will help you build another 1 or 2 units that you never have built if you never reinvested. So keep reinvesting.
Are you and your family looking for a place to enjoy sumptuous meals? A place to have all kinds of drinks, host your events, celebrate anniversaries, or even accommodation? Bedarin Hotel has you covered. At Bedarin Hotel, we offer great meals in both our restaurant and barbecue garden, gym facilities, accommodation, sauna and steam bath. We are located along Thika Road Superhighway in Ruiru. Come all and have fun together. Hi everyone and welcome to Royal Trendy. I'm your host Beatrice Kageha. Now we had promised to bring Terry back on this show because the previous time she had talked about the process of buying land, and today she's here with us to talk about tips on how to invest in land for beginners. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me back.
And I had introduced you earlier on, but I might not have said everything about you. So kindly introduce yourself to our viewers.
Okay, my name is Cherry Nganga. I am a real estate advisor, expert, coach, and a realtor and a director at Property Hall Investment Limited, where we sell and buy properties, that is land in Kenya. Yes.
Speaking about being a realtor, maybe someone is hearing the term for the first time. So who is a realtor?
A realtor basically is all about buying and selling of properties, renting out, leasing out. Yes.
Now, talking about investing in land for beginners. Now, first of all, why would you advise someone to invest in land?
Land is one kind of investing or investment vehicle that is always appreciating in prices. So when you put in your money in an investment vehicle, you expect it to increase in value. And I always tell my listeners, viewers, saving is not an investment. When you put money aside and you want it to grow, it can only grow when you put it in an investment vehicle like in the real estate. So that is one of the major advantages, that it helps your money increase in value. The other great advantage in terms of real estate investing or let's say buying land is the emotional satisfaction you get. Like when you have your own home, you know, even if whatever comes, be it the highs and lows of this life, if when you have your own home, at least you're assured of, it gives you that emotional satisfaction that you have somewhere to go and rest in at the end of the day. The other advantage is that you earn money by either putting up things like billboards and telecommunication masts without doing anything to that land. So you can continue earning money. And lastly, that it gives you passive income. Look at yourself when you are at the age of 60 plus. The energy levels to do the day-to-day running of businesses is a bit low. But with real estate, and where you end up developing rental units, both residential and commercial, you're able to earn something without having to rely on your children to give you money. So actually, for me, the passive income is the most advantageous in terms of investing in the real estate.
Now give us tips on how to invest in land.
For every beginner, and anyway, you always have to start from somewhere. So for every beginner, you have got to look at your mindset. By mindset, I mean believe in what you want to do. Have sit down with yourself, set up, have clear thoughts in terms of I want now to invest in land, or I want to invest in the real estate. Then now with that, now it also gives you the push to be able to take the next step of action. That is to go and view properties, to go and buy, because everything starts from the mind. Financial success always starts from the mind. Have those positive thoughts that I will make it. I will go out, buy land, despite all the challenges there are. I'll go out there and I will make it. So that is the first step you need to look into. Number 2, have set goals. When you're going to buy property is all, when you look at Kenya, it is wide in terms of acreage. You can buy land in northeastern, in coastal region, in central, western region, but have goals. What do you want to do with this land when you go out to buy? Do you want it for a home? If you want it for a home and you're based in Nairobi, you now cannot go to maybe the coast region and buy land and say that is where your home is going to be, because also the cost of transportation is going to be high. So have set goals. What do I want to actually do with this land when, after I purchase? Do you want to set to do rental income? If you want to do rental income, you've got to look for land where 1, the bylaws allow, and 2, the population also allows. Because if, let's say today, I want to set up rental units in Kiambu County, I will not go where the agricultural farms are and buy land there, yet I wanted to develop it today. So I'll go to a place, near a town where transportation is not an issue, because these tenants also have to look into that issue of transportation. So you have to have those set goals. What do you really want to do with your land? The other tip is the location. Mm-hmm. The location is very vital, because without, I may come and say, I want to sell to you land, but is it your ideal location? Does it meet your needs? If it is, let's say, a farm, you cannot come and buy a farm, land within now Nairobi CBD or within a town center and you want to farm. So you've got to go out from the town and look for a place with good acreage so that it gives you your return on investment. The other tip I would give the viewers is know about the costs. Land is not something that I can say is cheap. It involves a good amount of money. So you need stamp duty, you need surveyor fee, you need lawyer fee, and you need the actual cost of the money that is going to the seller. So set your priorities right in terms of the costing. Don't go look, at times, yes, you may have saved maybe like up to 200,000, but that cannot give you land within a certain radius of, let's say, Nairobi, of a certain town. So know the costs that are involved so that you also sit back and save to give you, to help you reach your ideal or that required amount.
And how do you get to know about the cost?
The cost of the land? Mm-hmm. Moving around. And if you don't have actually per se to move around, people like me or any other realtor who is involved in these land processes, we always know about the prices. So you can come and let's say you're like, okay, Terry, how much is land in Kilimani? How much is land in Kiambu? So the costs, they don't vary too much within a certain area. So we have those kind of costing. So now you'll sit back and...
So the costs are different depending on the location?
On the location, yes. Okay. Depending on the location. Actually, the location is what gives the variance in the prices.
So would you kindly tell us, like for which locations you expect to pay a high amount of money, and for certain maybe locations you will pay a low amount.
Areas that are vast, the development is vast in terms of infrastructure. A place that already has water, already has the roads, already has the electricity in place. Other properties surrounding have been developed, the prices are higher. So if you look, I was actually talking with one of my friends, and I was telling her, in the 90s, a place like Hawasukari, for those who know Hawasukari, it's on Thika Road, you could get a quarter an acre at 30,000. But most of the people were going in and were shying off because it was bushy, there were no roads within, there was no water, there was no electricity. And even nobody had built in that vast area. But after all those things have come into place, the prices have shot up. Look at what is happening in all the bypasses, or where a new road is, or where the roads are being constructed. You hear the prices initially were very low, but right now they have come up. I also have some land in Nanyuki, and I was asking people around how much was land there, and a person told me 2 years ago an acre was going for 40,000. But because people have moved there, roads have been constructed, all these kind of infrastructure and social amenities are in place. Right now, an acre is not an acre, but an eighth at the same place that 2 years ago an acre was going for 40,000. It is now going for 450,000. That is an eighth. So you can see, if a place that the more it develops, the higher the prices of that land. So as a beginner, try and scout for areas where people have not gone. Listen out, talk. I always tell people, when you meet for social gatherings, and which is another tip, surround yourself with people who've already invested. Why? They always have that kind of information, and they're always telling you, oh, right now people are going towards this place, people are going towards this place. And that is what happened with areas like Nanyuki, Naivasha, Mombasa, the Kilifi and all that. You go there before others have gone. Buy the land. I'm telling you, 2 years, it will have appreciated, you have done nothing, and you've gotten a good acreage, such that now you're able even to develop something bigger, and even if you sell, you'll sell at a very good price. The other tip is that you have got to be realistic with your expectation. What do I mean by being realistic with your expectation? I've gotten would-be buyers coming to say they would like to own maybe within a radius of 40 kilometers from the CBD, but they want to spend something like 500,000. Or else, when you look at that price, surely based on what I was talking about in terms of the development, you may not get such a kind of property. And if you get such, you need to be just, what I say, buyer beware. You've got to, do mitigate the risk. To spend your time more in terms of mitigating the risk. Because you may say it is a distress sale, but if the price is not what others are offering, you've got to really check out, is it
legit?
Legit, yes. Is it legit? So be realistic on your expectation. Don't want to spend too low, and therefore you fall prey to the fraudsters. But luckily, with the Adisasa system that is being rolled out by the Ministry of Lands, those things are going to come to pass. We will not have fraudsters, because you can go to the system, online system, without the intervention of somebody, and be able to check whether the land is legit. The other tip I would give you is that you've got to do the work.
What do you mean by that?
Mitigate the risk before you do the purchase, and not after. Mm-hmm. You get people, like, if most of the stories that are in the media about people losing out on land, what happens? They come to mitigate the risk, or they go and check the legitimacy of this property after they have already bought the land, and then they realize it had issues. So if you want to buy land, please spend your time. It may be your time in terms of personally, or engage an experienced person, a trusted experienced person, and that way you do this official search. You do the if you remember in my prior episode I said that you can, for me, I've categorized mitigation of risk into three: the social, the personal, the social, and the official. So take these three aspects into place before you buy the land, and be willing to do the job, because nobody is willing to do the job. No one will ever do for you the job, as in without and then pay you handsomely. There was some land buying companies that you could invest, and then they put up infrastructure. I think it was all about farming, and you are to get an amount at the end of the day. You never visited the land to do this farming, so somebody did it for you. You don't even know the exact location because you never visited the land. You bought it from maybe their office and all that. So when it is just it's a way of quickly losing out your money because you are not involved. So be 100% or just take your time to be involved in this land buying process, because it is not something that it's something that you've saved your money in, and it's not a small amount of money. We are talking of something in the up of about 500,000, even 200,000 is a lot of money. So take your time to do that, to do that mitigation of risk. The other tip is have your priorities right. You've just gotten employment. For most beginners, I would encourage, especially once you leave, you start your employment or your business, your first salary, enjoy it. You wanted to go for trips, you wanted to buy yourself clothes, move into a good house, enjoy yourself. But now the subsequent, save at least 10 to 20%. And when, set it aside religiously. Each and every month, ensure you pay. Actually, what we say, it's paying yourself. Then take this money now to investing. You shall realize there's what we call the compound effect of saving, whereby today you save, you're going to be able to buy something. Then this what you bought, it now becomes like a cycle. So have that delayed gratification, that I will invest today and I will enjoy tomorrow. But don't what people say kujinyima, which is okay, because I was talking with a certain lady last week, and she was telling me immediately she got employed, her first priority was to ensure she has secured her future. She was telling me by the time she had worked for 10 years, even if she was to retire, she would have been very okay, because she had done enough investment. And what is she doing right now? She's the kind of person, when I call her, she'll be like, oh, I'm not in town, I'm maybe in Nanyuki, I'm in Nakuru, just touring. But had she started with the touring before, with what I call personal gratification, that is not what she'd be doing. She'd be so worried about what holds for her future. Right now she has retired, and I'm telling you, even the glow on her face, it tells it all. There's a certain psychologist who was making fun and saying most of the employed people, they pass on after 2 years of retirement. Why? They have not planned themselves. Plan for your retirement. Plan for any eventuality, be it good or bad. Because, saving, even if you earn like 100,000, or let's talk of even 50,000, save 5,000. I'm in a certain group that we normally save whatever amount of money, and we started it from week 1 of January. And right now, when I look at how much I have saved, money that I would have maybe gone for a cup of tea, for lunch, as an employee, you can miss out on buying lunch in town, but you carry your food. That amount that you'd have used, 300, 400, depending on where your offices are located, you put it in savings. That way you're going to be able to acquire something. Remember the boda story that boda riders in Kitengela, also in Nakuru, they were saving 100 shillings per day. And right now they own an estate. So start saving early. Plan for your retirement immediately you get your first paycheck, or immediately you start getting your money. That way you're going to be able to invest and invest. If you buy and you want to sell, ensure the amount of money you get from the sale, you take it back to investing. In case you've set up rentals, now this is an added income. So set aside a portion of that rental amount and build another property. So by the end of, let's say, even like 15, 20 years, one property will help you build another 1 or 2 units that you never have built if you never reinvested. So keep reinvesting. The proceeds you get from your prior investment, take it to the next investment.
Terry, I know this is a conversation that can go on and on. Thank you so much for coming. And next time when we call you, please just honor our request.
Yes, I am available. For me, this is a passion. Talking about land, letting people know about land. When you surround yourself with people who are talking about land, like I said, land investing is like a disease. So you keep on, it gives you the urge to ensure that you have invested in this real estate. And at the end of the day, you're going to be the greatest beneficiary. Mm-hmm. There's nothing as pleasant as you in your old age, not relying on your children to take care of you.
Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Beatrice Kageha. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye-bye.